My name is Haitelenisia Afemui Uhila Angilao. In short, I'm called Sia. I run a very small business called Grace Consultancy, and I come from the eastern side of Tonga, from a small little village with a lot of scenery with the ocean called Talafo. I was born and raised there. I started this business when I became a mother because uh, when I was young, I always thought that if ever I would become a mother to children, I would drop my career. And I did. I was working for UNDP in Fiji. I was based in Suva. And when I found out I had a child, and there was no question in my mind, I resigned and came back home to be a mother. But as a woman, I just can't be a mom. Apparently, I found like it's just one thing that you can do, you know. So I thought, I'm gonna start something else. And then I thought of doing business because I didn't want to go back to, to full-time work. I am a very independent person. I don't always like to be told what to do. So I thought, I asked around and thought, I'll start business. Had no idea how to start a business, no business background, nobody in my family or close relatives had ever run a business. And but I always loved that challenge, so I thought I'm gonna start business. And I started listing down the things I could do. At the time, I have been a teacher, so I write, all right, I'll do tutoring. And then I remember it was 3 T's: travel, so I can help people fill up their visa forms for traveling; tutoring, because I knew how to teach young kids in high school. I was a high school teacher. And then the other one was translation. So that was the beginning. And I went and registered my little business, asked around, all that. Started in my home. It was hard for me to charge people. I think that's the not so business side of me because I would do the visas and stuff, and because I knew people's background, I just couldn't charge them. I couldn't tell them to pay unless out of the goodness of their heart, they're like, oh, that's something. The only thing I was making a bit of money with was from translation. But I just felt like I wasn't fulfilling my full potential. And I thought I could write. So I wrote, but I thought, the dream is to write a book someday. I don't know about the publication world. I don't know if anyone would ever like what I write. And then it dawned on me, social media. You have this platform, you can write, and then, people can come and read about it. So on Facebook, I started a page called Ordinary Tongan Lives to write. And my plan was to write one story a day, and it would be on a random ordinary person I meet wherever I go. It had to be part of whatever I was doing that day. So I could go to the shop and I'll ask the shopkeeper, hey, can I do your story? Or I would go downtown, and then I would meet someone on the road and I'd be like, hey, can I do your story? So I did that while I was doing business, and I just loved doing it, and I loved how you can make a difference through storytelling. And it grew in popularity, especially amongst the Tongans. I think it spoke to their heart. The stories were authentic experiences of our people. It was told by a Tongan, although it was done in English, because I wanted it to reach the diaspora so they can see that the Tongan they once knew is still here, still intact with the values of a Tongan. And then I had people reaching out to write stories for their fathers, for their families, and they paid me for it. And now I'm contracted to write books. From my little one-bedroom office, I've been able to run youth parliament, Tonga Women's Parliament. I've written books on business people. All that and the business and the clients came because they followed Ordinary Tongan Lives. So now I no longer do translation, and I don't do tutoring, I don't do the travel stuff anymore. I just do writing. So sometimes as women we can be like, I can only be a mother, I don't even have an office. I have an idea, but I think it's stupid or crazy. I'm here to tell you that, no story is not important, no life should be wasted, Every life matters, every story matters, and every business idea matters. But if you don't start somewhere with something, you'll never get to, to see that dream become a reality. So I'd say to the young women out there and aspiring business people, I'm a testament that you can dream, that you can do things, and the power that's within you to drive your dream, and get you somewhere. I come from a village close to the sea where pigs go fishing, and I never dreamt that one day I'll be in Parliament telling people what to do or coordinating things or flying around to go write people's stories. But I am there now, and I would say, inspire other people, use your ideas, start somewhere. One day you can tell your story like I do now and say, I was right all along. Even when it can be alone sometimes, you don't feel like there's a lot of writers you can talk about. Sometimes I feel like I'm just one voice amongst many, but you can say that you made a difference. And to me, that's all that matters.